Now let us start how to clear state, how to remove the clutching with your thought patterns, how to remove the identification with your thought patterns. He is talking in the second 33, in the next language. Now starts all the theories, philosophies are different ideas. The Sutra 5, Vriddaya Panchataya Klista Klishtaha. It's a wonderful sutra. Vriddaya Panchataya Taya Klishta Klishtaha. Let me translate. The modifications of the mind are 5. They can be either a source of anguish or of non-anguish. They can be source of suffering or joy. He says, now he's coming to theories. He says, the mental pattern is 5-fold. The modifications of the mind are 5. The 5-fold thought patterns result in the alteration of anguish or of non-anguish, suffering or peace. Is coming down, is expressing a little different theory. He says, mind consists of 5-fold thought patterns. Now he's agreeing to your level. But when you say, no, this is there, that is there, clean it. Many times people come to me and say, Swamiji, I have all these problems, which meditation I should practice? I tell them, you yourself are diagnosed or you want me to diagnose you? Very rarely people surrendering. No, Swamiji, you diagnose and tell me what should I do. Then I tell them, you are on the right track. If you yourself are diagnosed, then nothing can be done. Even if I say this problem doesn't exist, please just come out. The simple technique is enough. You say, no, you don't know, only I know. Only I know. Big problem. And they have a set of ideas. They say, no, I have this problem, I have that problem, I have that problem, I have that problem. You don't know. Few years ago, I used to have outbursts. Now it is not there regularly, but once in a while I get. How they develop theories. And very difficult. The most difficult thing in the path of enlightenment is making the person trust that he is qualified for enlightenment. Nothing else is so difficult. Making him renounce the wealth, renounce the name and fame, renounce the power, prestige, all these things are not big job at all, because that gives so much of torture. Naturally people renounce. Naturally people throw that. That is not a big problem at all. All you need is making them understand. They renounce, they throw it away. Anything is very easy. The very difficult thing is making them understand they are qualified for experience. They are qualified for truth. That is the worst thing. Somehow, you get into the mood, no way, at least not in this life. At least not in this life. We have an idea of weird ideas about sin, karma, wounds, engrams, very weird ideas, very primitive ideas about all these things. So with all that ideas, we continue to suffer. We create constant struggle. Now, Patanjali says, all right, at least let me try to balance. Let me take care that feeling connection doesn't get disturbed, dropped. So if the feeling connection is there, at least I can lift that guy tomorrow. At least tomorrow, day after tomorrow, he can be lifted. If the feeling connection is also missing, he can never be lifted. It's like throw a rope. If you don't come up, at least I come down, holding on, waiting the rope, holding the rope, waiting for you. So Patanjali is doing that job. He agrees, yes, the fivefold thought patterns result in the alteration of suffering or joy. Please understand, just because he is uttering these words, don't think it is truth. He is just compromising. He is compromising. Even now, if I am given a choice, if I am allowed to say, I'll say he is compromising. He is just telling you, okay, what can be done? At least listen to this. At least listen to this. I can say, the second level teaching. The second level teaching, see, the mass is always mediocre. They can't straight away catch the truth. They need more words, beating around the bush. Then they think, oh, yes. People I have seen always, if the book is too big, they think this is very valuable. It's very valuable. Even in our own gallery I have seen, the big book sells. The small books, straight away I give you simple truths. People, no. This book, yes, looks like message of Swamiji. I can read forever. When you have a lot of material, your ego feels satisfied. And you feel you achieved something. You achieved something and you got something worthy for your money. No, really, that's what you feel. That is what here Patanjali is trying to do. The fivefold thought patterns, the modifications of the mind are five. They can be either a source of anguish or of non-anguish. That's a beautiful incident with Bernard Shaw. He wrote a book of 100 pages. Somebody asked him, what happened? Just 100 pages. He says, I don't have time. If I had time, I would have reduced it. I would have written only 40 pages or 30 pages. I don't have time. Please understand the paradox. He says, I don't have time, that is why I wrote 100 pages. If I had time, I would have written only 40 pages. I would have reduced, refined. Only when you don't have that much of patience, time or energy, you go on elaborating. Go on elaborating. I know Patanjali had intelligence, no doubt. But the disciples did not have intelligence. The disciples, I know what would have been the scene. When Patanjali says, mind is not a thing, it is an action, just stop it. You would have been about to get up. And disciples said, no, that is not the thing. I have tried many years. I have been with some other gurus, some other teachers, some other masters. I have been to this class, this, that. Then Patanjali says, all right, you would have sat back, started the next session. The fivefold thought patterns result in the alteration of suffering or joy. Then people, yes, now he talks. See? Now we are able to connect. 5 different things happening inside, the result in the alteration of, which results in the alteration of suffering or joy. He is trying to give you more words. Let me tell you an honest truth. All the answers are only diverting you from the question. never attending the question, including the answers I give. It's only diverting you from the question, because no question can be answered. There's no question which can be answered. For example, you ask, what is worry? I say, the continuous thoughts which goes on inside you, the inner chatter is worry. What have you understood? At least I have not understood. When you have more words, now you are tired to think further. You act, yes, I understood. Relax. Let's go to the next subject. Otherwise, what do you know about that continuous thoughts or inner chattering which is disturbing? All these are different words. When familiar words are uttered, to explain unfamiliar words, you understand that as an answer. That's all. When I utter some familiar words, which you think you know already, as a response to the question of the unfamiliar words, which you think you don't know, you think I answered your question. That's all. Otherwise, there is no question which can be answered. There is no question, no answer. Both are game. You act as if you are asking. I am acting as if I am answering. Just both of us are enjoying our company. That's all. Each other's company. Nothing else. Then directly we can enjoy. Why this game? That is the truth. That is a real truth. Without knowing this truth, we are continuously playing the game. We are going on playing. When you know this game, you realize we don't need this game and start sitting in silence, just in the presence. Till then, the game has to happen continuously. It has to go on and on. Asking questions, answers, and different questions. Actually, any answer will create further 10 questions. Answering is a technique of creating a continuous job. See, understand, whenever I answer questions, I am creating continuous questions so that I will have job security. That's what is happening. Any answer will create more questions in you. Nothing can be done. Nothing can be done. That is the nature of words. Whenever words are used, this is the way it will happen. It will be happening. So, Patanjali starts the next level teaching. The fivefold thought patterns result in the alteration of suffering and joy. Then immediately you accept, yes, see, I have suffering and joy. He also agrees. I think I can listen to him. He is an intelligent guy. Now a bridge is created. A kind of bridge. Feeling connection is created. He knows about my suffering. If he straight away tells, mind is not a thing, it is an action, stop it. You think, no, he doesn't know about me. He doesn't know about you. You think he is not sympathizing with you. You are not. See, we don't want best things. We want things with which we can relate. That's all. Please understand, actually in our life, we don't want best things, whether it is a relationship or things or anything. Don't think you have desire for best thing. No. You have desire only to things with which you can relate. That's all. You want to be very comfortable with your mental setup. It is not that you want only best things. If you want only best things, naturally the moment you see the master, you will drop everything and go behind him. One side you have the desire, then you understand, no, let me have the things with which I can relate. I can fight, or I can resist. I can love, I can fight, I can play. Master is too big thing. I know it is the ultimate thing to have in the life, but I cannot play with it. I cannot relate with it. I cannot fight with it. I cannot have it. So when I cannot possess it, why to go behind it? With the truth also, you have the same game. With the first three statements of Patanjali, if you have the connection, you know you are a seeker. I know you are a seeker. You want truth. But when the truth does not happen, when you are resisting, when you are not interested to have that connection, now we want the things with which we can play the game. We can continue to manipulate. We can continue to play with. We can continue to have entertainment. We don't want solution, we want support. Here, Patanjali is trying to give support. It's like diluting the medicine. He says, the young age I have seen, the villages, in Indian villages, the mothers will give neem leaf. They will nicely grind the neem leaf and give it as a ball. When these kids don't want to take that, they will put a sugar coat on it, they will feed. So Patanjali is trying to do that. All right, at least let me put sugar coat on the truth and share with it. Let's see whether people are taking it or not. The fivefold thought patterns result in the alteration of suffering and joy. Is just using different words to give an idea as if what you feel also is true, so that you feel he is sympathizing you, you can connect with him. This master can help you. This master can help you. He can take you beyond. Now, so that you will continue to hold on to him, continue to be connected to him, continue to have that feeling connection. Let's go to the next sutra. Here, the next sutra, sixth sutra, Patanjali is explaining that 5 modifications of the mind: pramana, viparyaya, vigalpa, nidra, smrutayaha. The translation is right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep and memory. These are the 5 modifications which may lead to suffering or joy, anguish or non-anguish. Please understand, 5 modifications: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep and memory. Let us understand one by one. Is a real master. Is a real master. Even in the second level teaching, he is not losing his truth. He might have put the sugar coat, but he is not reducing the strength of the medicine. That is the mastery you need. How much ever you compromise and try to relate with the disciple, the undercurrent, what needs to be transmitted, should continue to happen. Should continue to happen. So here, Patanjali is doing that job very beautifully. He says, right knowledge. First thing he says, which can lead to suffering or joy, first thing is right knowledge. You may think, right knowledge is also binding. He says, yes, it is binding. Many times, even though it is right knowledge, even then, it's a mind. Even though it's right knowledge, it's a mind. Going beyond right knowledge and wrong knowledge, that is enlightenment. Even the right knowledge is bondage.